work. So I was very enthralled with what the authors and the different videos had to say. But for me specifically, besides the fact that I'm a previous art teacher, reading and listening and thinking about the idea that it's an art form, that strategic management is an art form versus just purely a science method. It played out and was so relevant to me because I looked at a man in this discussion that I was having for work about our strategic plan. And I thought, he's reading from a textbook, and yeah, he's right. He could be quizzed and make 100, but he knows nothing about what we do and the industry we're in and where we're headed. And I do. Like, that's my angle on this. So I watched, like, as I was reading, especially Playing to Win, I was sort of, just reliving this whole experience to agree that there is an art to it. There is some gut. There is some, the experiences play into it. So for me, that portion of what is strategic management really spoke to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was looking at, some other things that I've gathered through, my other schools. And, one of the big things as far as strategic management goes was a strategy has to fit the company, right? So you build the strategy to fit the, I guess the personality of the company itself. So whether it's like the culture in the office to who the company is, what they're there to do. So like its identity. When a new leader comes in and just starts, making changes for the sake of making changes, and it doesn't fit that environment, it's going to fail.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, and it happens all the time, especially in my field. So I'm in environment, health, and safety, and it happens all the time where people just come in and say across the board, this is the new policy, this is how it's getting done, and it's a major failure because it just doesn't fit the environment that we're in. So when I think of strategic management, I think of managing in a way that you're creating the right portfolio and that sort of thing, but you're also staying true to the business itself.
Definitely. But I thought it was really interesting in Playing to Win how they had the oil of Olay concept, how it had been just going on and then became like deemed oil of old lady. And appealing to a whole bunch of people, and they like revamped like their whole packaging and product and everything, and then found out that there was like more than just like one thing that they could target, and they could target a whole bunch of different things, and then revamp it to where they could have different levels of beauty and skincare and things like that. For like me, I'm like really young. I'm 22, so I'm still like I work at Trader Joe's as my job just to help me pay for school and stuff. But for like their company concept is to have like a neighborhood nationwide kind of company, and to have like that store like close local feel to the company, and then make sure that they have everything they need as long as we have what we need, and we can merchandise the store in order to have it the way that fits the customer's needs and stuff like that, and then want you to come back. And crew members, as what we're called, is having like first name basis with our regular customers and stuff like that, to try and have the customer environment that people want and stuff like that, and to have our managers help us and not have like a bad work environment and stuff like that. So that's awesome too, to have that for strategic management and things like that.
So doesn't Trader Joe's play out the whole concept of, every employee knows how to answer certain questions in a way that strategically aligns to what they want to be? Like everyone does it,
It could be different. So like, not all Trader Joe's is the same in like product wise. Like for us, like we have like products that are going to be in every store, products that may be on the West Coast, but they're not found in Texas and things like that. And also seasonal things. So we let our customers know about things. But like when I first started, I hadn't been to a Trader Joe's in like 10 years. And I was like, I don't know where it is. You could ask somebody else, new. But then after being there and you have your fellow mates, which are the managers, and crew members, which are your fellow employees, that help you and try and get you comfortable with your environment and make sure that everything, like, I forget all of our 8 not like standards, but like things we like to go by is like integrity and like making sure the customer has everything they want, and like a Kaizen opportunity to see if other people can see, like, hey, like if you did it this way, it could be more efficient or something like that, giving you advice and things like that, just trying to help each other out, making sure it's a good environment and stuff like that.
Well, to me, strategic management basically involves, an organization setting specific objectives. I actually work in the surety industry, and basically we compete with other companies for client business as far as construction contractors, business owners, because those guys are required to have, surety bonds, from either a government, state or city government entity. And so our business basically is generated from, clients finding our website and applying for bonds through that way. So we have a lot of competition, across the board. And, one of our strategic objectives is to always sell more bonds, versus our competitive. And another, thing that's associated with, strategic management is analyzing and understanding the competitive environment. So it's like, we got to understand what our customers are actually doing, so that we can compete, with them, basically. And also, strategic management involves, the internal organization. Can you get everybody inside, the organization on the same page and, move towards the same goal, basically. So, that's the gist of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree with that.
Yeah, I agree also. As far as, I think there was something on there as well where it said something about don't stop at one. I think there's like the 5 Ps or something like that, where it's like you don't just stop where at winning. You actually have to complete the whole thing to be successful as well. So I agree with you guys as far as that.
Yeah, going back to the U-Haul case, like where strategic management would have saved them from, after the service station started closing, would have been to, look outside, see, like, what are our other options? We'll stay in this market, but how can we, run a similar business with similar products, do what we know best without, completely changing what we do and sell VCRs from this point on. Like that. That's exactly what I envision when I think of strategic management, as a company that would see an opportunity and take it.
Yep.
Or see when an opportunity is ending or something.
And know you need to change something up. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.